the hair and the makeup were really kind of like very perfect. Like they were beautiful and they were almost like bourgeois, but a little bit perverse. We started with the idea of an updo and kind of abstracting a bun or a French twist and doing it kind of in an almost more punk way. The makeup was really just very woman, very almost Helmut Newton. Definitely a big part of it was the desirability of the pieces and how you can add things to your wardrobe which you don't have yet or which are different from what's on the market already. It obviously started from a conceit which was a little bit more editorial, which was that kind of like Kate Moss in the 90s, a little bit grunge, a little bit looser silhouette, the idea of the parka over a bias cut dress. But then really also thinking about what women want and what they're looking for in clothes. And I think that was a really big part of it.
I am an enormous fan of Joseph. I think that he is one of the most important rising stars coming out of New York right now.
Joseph's a very good friend of mine, so I'm here to support him, and I've been to almost every one of his shows, so.
He always surprises us in his runway collections. His understanding of really fine tailoring, but understanding how to juxtapose it with soft pieces is something that's always impressed me with what he does. And he's a real craftsman.
It was sexy, it was tough chic. The parkas were really luxe and wonderful. The shoes were adorable. Sure, they're the ultimate ridiculous little shoe.
Well, the shoes were really about taking the clothes and trying to translate that kind of a feeling into the shoes. And I don't know, I was really feeling fur on the shoes. So that I can't explain. It didn't really come from anywhere.
I mean, I thought he did an amazing mix of kind of, it felt a little like grunge to me, a little bit of that 40s meets 80s, and there's kind of huge anorak overcoats, but with a kind of fragile dress underneath. I thought it was gorgeous. A little bit punk, a little bit feminine, and I thought he did a gorgeous job.
You know, there were parts that were very English, like all the tweeds and the argyles and the plaid prints, which were all really worked in very different ways than you would normally see them worked. So all the argyles were asymmetric and were draped, or they were printed on silk, and they had that kind of lightness about them, but they looked like knits. it was definitely a lot more work into the fabrics and thinking about how all of these stories, like the English story and the kind of more punk with the nylon story and the very delicate embroidery story kind of meshed together.
He is young, but he's talented, and of course there's pressure on the people that you are watching. I mean, we're watching him because he's had amazing shows in the past, and yes, he has expectations to live up to, but I think he's very capable of doing that, and I think he has a huge future in front of him.
You know, I hope that they see that there is an evolution of the brand, but that it still remains the same woman, and she's still someone who's very strong and who has that kind of a sex appeal and that kind of desire for seduction, which I think is very important.